Alright, going live once again from the tank farm. Bill had mentioned it'd be a good thing to get a shot of what's going on the quick disconnect and for the chopsticks. And there is somebody up there on the top of the quick disconnect, but I will also zoom in on the chopsticks below. Let me go up first. Seems to me like there might be somebody up there. Dulles' Tiki Bar. For some reason I can't see him with this zoom in, but it looks to me like there is something orange up there on top of the quick disconnect. I can't see it with the screen here, but I will zoom down as well. So I got an umbrella that's ready to take off. There we go. A little bit chaotic situation here. There we go. Signal to noise. Good stuff. Hey, good morning, Tom. Get some wind here this morning. If it gets real windy, I'll plug in the mic. Looks like maybe there are some people up at this junction here. Oh, the volume's low. Okay. Okay. Let me plug in the mic then. Just a minute. I am holding the mic now and should be better. That should dampen the background noise. Good stuff. Thanks, Tony and Steve. There are some red straps in the where the chopsticks meet the tower. There are a couple red straps. I don't know if they appear on this camera. I'm looking into the screen now. I don't really see any red straps, but there is a red strap that goes the distance from. Let me use my hand here. From here to here, there's a red strap that goes that distance. I can get some shots of this with the Nikon camera as well and upload that afterwards. And zoom out some more. When you go to a mechanic for your automobile, a lot of times they'll lift the hood, and maybe that spread open of the chopsticks that we see there, maybe that's because, yeah, there are fins at the bottom there, so they can't go too tight, but maybe it's also because they're doing some work under the hood. You know, maybe they would close the chopsticks more if they were ready to, if it were functional and everything. So it's just one thought that comes to mind. And maybe that red strap is kind of a retainer to hold the hood open kind of thing, you know, keep the wind from blowing it closed or something. Other than that, there are some other things that can be seen from here. I'll zoom out. Alan. To the left here is the tank farm area here. Yeah, Jill, good morning again. Good stuff. Just had this shot. I'm going to go back to it in a moment. I'm going to this time go look at the... Good suggestion, Jill. I will. That's why I came to this spot here. Get some shots here of the Blue Starship. They're doing some work up there too on the Starship. We're gonna have a hot day out here today, that's for sure. Sunny with an 84, so it's a little bit warmer than the last live stream. The wind's from the south at 7 miles an hour, a little faster on the wind there too. 29 degrees Celsius or 11 kilometers, 83%. Get back this shot again here. I'm going as much as I can. We're going to lose a lot of quality in the image, but and I'll zoom out again. I get the tank farm once more from this spot here. Looks a little bit more interesting now. See, two of these water tanks came in. There's a website I'd like to look at called benjaminfulford.net. I think it's the benjaminfulford.net. And every Monday he comes out with new information on the world situation as far as presidents and wars and all kind of things like that, and the economy and the international bankers. And so tomorrow's Monday coming up, so I'm looking forward to the free report that he puts out on Monday. I'm not sure how far I am from the booster, but pretty close is the answer. Pretty close. One city block, however long that is. Kind of like maybe 300 feet. I don't know. Hard to gauge. But we had one of the prime ministers, one of the ex-prime ministers, Abe of Japan, was assassinated this week. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he writes about that. I believe Abe was in power during the Fukushima event, and the stock market during the Fukushima plunge only went down 2.5%. So there was a lot of scam and stuff there with that. That should have gone down tremendously, a lot more. And yeah, within a matter of hours, the stock market reversed in Japan, and everything was good again. So working on the pulley. Okay, the X-Borg, that's good to know. Thanks. Good stuff. Some venting from the it's kind of a nice shot. I like it when I do that venting. Good stuff. Since this is a Sunday show, and since I always occasionally chat about what I like to chat about, I will mention there are certain people here on the planet who worship the sun. And just like other people who worship Jesus and everything else, there are certain people who worship the actual physical sun and the energy. And what I could say is that that is a misdirection, because in my opinion, in my experience, whatever you see there in the sun, whatever energy is there in the sun, is in every other person and particle throughout the universe, throughout the galaxy, throughout the solar system. So if you want to worship something, that's fine, but let me just let you know that that being, that essence, that power, that force is in every other thing throughout the galaxy and the solar system and the universe. So there's nothing special about the sun, except the fact that maybe you want to worship the sun. And also this week we saw the Georgia Guidestones that said they wanted to reduce the world population to 500 million. Those were destroyed a couple days ago. So we had Prime Minister Abe get assassinated, and also we had the Georgia Guidestones get demolished. So if you hadn't heard, it's worth checking out. Interesting coincidence how those two things happened this week. But the people who previously had worshipped the sun are those same people who would be making the Georgia Guidestones, and also doing the things that Shinzo Abe was doing. So it's also important to know that maybe they are, maybe these same people are coming to the understanding of what I just mentioned, that you know, you can worship it whatever you want, and there's no special power to any, this liquid oxygen tanker here, there's no special power to the sun, and there's no superiority to any other person or being or awareness throughout the universe or the galaxy. A lot of people like to think that the universe is only our dimension, but the universe is every dimension, every locale throughout all of existence. So you can call it a multiverse if you want, but really the universe is plural and encompasses everything. So you could say multiverse if you want to. I'm not gonna knock on you for that, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to a one source. It comes down to one being and one awareness, one energy, which permeates everything and makes up everything. So you can say multiverse if you want, but it's really just one. So universe is the correct term there. All right, I get off my little step here and get back to filming here. All right, here we go. All right. The export says the top hinges will bear most of the load of the booster. So top hinges of this quickest of the chopsticks top hinges, huh? Good stuff. Okay, I'll make sure I get a lot of close-up video imagery of that next. The export says they probably disabled the hydraulics for the arms to adjust the tension and load. Okay, so they disabled the hydraulics probably. I'll do another zoom here, zoom down this time. You probably know this, but I'll use my finger here too. Let's see, right over here, the bottom of the chopsticks are sitting on this metal piece that's on the tower. So they've relieved all the pressure, the weight. Most of it is sitting on that little hinge there at the bottom. It's like a stopper that juts out at the bottom of the tower there. So the chopsticks can rest on it. And I like what the export just said. They probably disabled the hydraulics for the arms to adjust the tension and load. So by setting the chopsticks down on this point here, they reduced much of the weight off of the top here, and I guess they have a rope here as well, a red strap that is keeping this open probably. And I like what you just said there, the export. Good stuff. You think they may have started tiling the gaps? I'm not sure what you're. Maybe you're referring to the Starship there. Good stuff. Entropy alone sustains life here. Entropy, okay. I know there's entropy, there's organization, and then there is chaos. So which is the entropy is negative entropy is entropy is chaos, I believe, and negative entropy is order, if I'm correct. Let me know if that's correct. Dullies, Tiki Bar. Let me know if negative entropy is order and entropy is chaos or disorder. I believe that life chooses to. Okay, good. Life chooses negative entropy as the more difficult but comprehensive, understandable way of life. So I believe one of the purposes of life is negative entropy. Let me move this tripod closer. I'm going to stand up now, and I'm going to raise this up a little bit. We're going to go down a little bit and then come up. Just raising up the... Yeah, so I'm of the camp that says negative entropy is... Well, if everything is alive, I would contest it, and I would say that there is in the theosophical and the anthroposophical, in the occult literature. I'm not a member of the occult, but they would say that there are two general pathways. One of the pathways is that of excessive, like drinking and everything else, or the pathway of the unconscious, and that would be toward the involution pathway. Or you could say going with gravity, going with the flow, would be the involutionary pathway of chaos. And then the evolutionary pathway would be, evolutionary of awareness would be negative entropy. Or the move toward kindness and to further awareness. So active infinity would be the negative entropy. Because the passive infinity would be the unconscious, easy way, go with the flow. And the more difficult, picking up something here, the more difficult pathway would be the against the flow, but toward the goodness. So again, Floss Daly said everything tends to entropy. Yeah, everything without awareness tends to entropy, I would say. Dully's Tiki Bar says that's called emergence. The way we sense solids is emergence. Interesting, I never heard that term before. Randy says lack of order or predictability, gradual decline into disorder. Good stuff. I like it. I like it. So what Elon and the SpaceX crew and everybody else involved are building here is essentially a negative entropy device, because they're creating order here so that they can go counter to the flow of gravity. Okay, emergence would be negative entropy. Okay, that's good stuff. Thanks, Dollies. Yeah, negative entropy or entropy would be disorder, so they would not be... Entropy would be the annihilation or destruction of what we're seeing here, or the inability for this to happen. But we're watching evolution of awareness or evolution of technology. Thanks, Jambo. I think I don't know why maybe I gotta allow symbols here in the chat. I'll check on that, Jambo, next time, so that that's allowed. Floss Daly says entropy is not something physical which is added to the universe. It is the rise and disorder of all the energy and matter in the universe. And I would say that the only reason things might tend toward entropy is because they haven't realized their effect on the whole. When people realize, get self-awareness, then they change their direction and they move toward negative entropy. It's only the selfish or the non-aware Okay, so I got a request here. Let me see. Can you zoom in on those 4 things just above the white pipes? One still appears to have a cover on it. Just above the white puck. Oh yeah, okay. So those are some pumps. These are some large pumps that they installed a while back, and it looks like almost one of them has a almost like a plastic bag on top or something like that. These are some very long. These were the things that were over here in the parking lot to the left, and they lifted them up with a crane and lowered them down into those holes there. Hey Luke, welcome to the site here. It's an open site. You're allowed to walk across the road and just take photos and stuff. But if you like to, yeah, you can always donate with PayPal and everything. Cool, Joe. Yeah, in the past, they took one of those away and replaced it with another one, and it was an interesting process how they lifted it up with the crane and how complex it is. I got that in 4K, I believe, or at least 1080 in the past here. You would have to search for it here in the YouTube channel. Sodak, good morning. Yep. Well, it's been a good discussion here this morning. I was impressed with the chat we've had. Good stuff. Maybe there's some more stuff I could say about that. Let me see. I would say that I have another channel called Out of Body Journal, and almost every day I do a live stream now that I've restarted doing live streams. Out of Body Journal is, if you want to hear my opinion on a bunch more of that stuff that we just chatted about, there's several videos there, and I even wrote a book on some of that stuff. Yep. Hi, Rona. Awesome. Nice to meet you. Yeah, Luke, I am ready as well. These static fireworks are going to be awesome. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, be sure to subscribe or like if you like the content, and check back in sometime. When there's more going on, I do a lot more videos specific about stuff, but right now it's just it's a Sunday, so okay. Dudley's Tiki Bar says Fear of the Black Universe is a great book. Interesting. KK, yeah, I've had hundreds of out-of-body experiences, and I'm a world expert in that field. When I was doing my out-of-body stuff, I was in my 20s, so my young 20s. I started when I was 19, and I was so young, and I used to take workshops, and a lot of the people were older, my age now. Now I'm 46 this month, but a lot of the people were 40s through the 70s or even late 70s. So when I first got into it, I was a young guy, but I was having as powerful, even more powerful experiences than some of the older people. So I you know, I experienced what I experienced, but then at that young age, I didn't have any history, I didn't have any personal life experience to relate to people who might come to our workshop. So I never actually got into the workshop scene, teaching workshops and stuff. I did a few. I mean, I taught one, and then I think I maybe taught one after that. And I've assisted in teaching workshops as far as yoga and everything else, but I never actually got into the meditation retreat scene where I'm leading the retreats. So yeah, I've had many out-of-body experiences, and I am a world expert in that, but I haven't done it for money at this time. It's something that I could do. If I moved to a place where they really respected that type of thing, I could make a living doing that. So the black universe is a good statement, because apparently the sun, it's referred to as the black sun as well, because if you were there in space, my understanding is like a sunspot is an area where the inner area of the sun is exposed, and so the flames and everything else that you see, you might not necessarily see any color or flame if you were in space looking at the sun, because I think maybe you need an atmosphere, or you need some type of thing to create that color for the sun. So in space, the sun might look black. Either that, or the sunspots are the areas, the pockets where that surface layer of whatever that is not in that area, so you're actually seeing into the sun, so it is black. Pretty interesting. The Xborg says the tiling the heat shield gaps on the Starship. Okay, so they are doing that. Good stuff. How many trucks a day are rolling? Refilling at the tank farm? Crossroads, I don't know, but there is somebody that there is somebody who counts every single truck that comes by, and they have a graph on that, and they have all those stats on how many nitrogen tankers and how many oxygen tankers. So maybe go to Boca Chica on Facebook. There's a group there called Boca Chica SpaceX group, I think. SpaceX Boca Chica, I think, is the group, and they can help you find that chat or channel where that information is if you want to look for it. That is drinking water, Jambo. Yes, that's correct. That's what the truck says, at least. The Xborg says entropy is neutral. It's generally associated with disorder, randomness, and uncertainty. Yeah, I would say that you can call chaos neutral if you want, but from a perspective of a human like you and I, then entropy would be it would be negative. It wouldn't be neutral. Because if you're trying to do something and something keeps tearing it apart, then that's negative. It's not neutral. Dully Sticky Bar, I'm not sure what you're referring to as tires, as far as one time you were going out of body. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I understand if you were going out of body and you lost your energy. I understand that, but as far as tires, I'm not sure what you're saying. Okay, yeah, the Xborg says in physics, less energy is needed to dismantle or break things than it costs to build things. Yeah, and there is the energy of activation energy, right? So a lot of times for like I've taken some microbiology and organic chemistry and stuff like that, and chemistry. So there's the activation energy to build something. So you got to actually go put in more energy than it takes to construct something, right? But then to release the energy, yeah, you just need to mess with the structure a little bit, and then it falls apart, right? So pretty interesting, yeah. You get more exothermic reaction is more energy is released and a endothermic reaction. Good stuff. I was looking into pre-med for a while, and I did every class except for Organic Chemistry 2. OChem 2 was the, it just didn't make any sense to me, so I wasn't able to pass that class, and I didn't care to it either. So but I did everything else needed to do to become a doctor. To enter medical school. That was in 2016. I became a surgical technologist instead for a couple of years. All right. This may be it for this scene. I can do some other shots with the Nikon camera. Yeah, the export. I see your message there. And now I'll upload some shots of close-up of this scene here that they're doing. Lost of connection. Sure thing, Jambo. Cool. You see me on which camera do you see me on? Is there another camera out here? Oh, the export. We gotta check. All right, signing out here. See you soon, maybe with another close-up video. It's been a lot of fun today. Thank you. Paul Esmamaco signing out.